what is the meaning of life? Or phrase in maybe slightly different words, but that is it.
That's
So maybe-
brilliant. That's great. I mean, that's the universality.
Yeah.
Yeah. And suffering and uncertainty and fear and sorrow. What's the meaning of life? Why? That's beautiful. That is the crux of it. Well, the answer I found that covers every flavor of this question is that there is this mysterious thing which we call life or cosmic life or the life giver or God or the source of life, whatever. There is this mysterious energy, reality, truth, light, whatever you call it. And from that, countless packages of, like a spark from a big fire, countless sparks have spread out, as far as we know on our Earth, but there may be many, many, many other universes now. So I have one of those sparks, so have you, so has he. And they are all emanating from the same source. So they have the same potential in them. So as a baby, I have no idea about life, about who am I, who's my mother, but soon after a few weeks, consciousness begins to rise. Now, this is the mother came, this is the door banged. Naturally, the autonomic system, you're startled, it's not your conscious, or a wind or something, you cry. So you begin to develop and evolve so-called your consciousness. So by the time one is 1 or 2 or 3, the consciousness becomes more complex. This is a father, this is an uncle, this is a nice whatever, or this is a pleasant place. You begin to smell, you begin to touch, all of the senses begin to develop. And memory enhances that. This smell goes with that, with this, with this. So by the time one is in a teenager, you are fully conscious of what you like, what you don't like. So your consciousness, conditioned consciousness, personal consciousness, which is very much connected with culture, religion, climate, everything else, geography. So it is fairly well developed. And then by the time you are in your late teens, you begin to appreciate attraction and repulsion. I like this, I don't like that. You like that which is similar. You also like that which is very strange, equally. So the dark Brazilian likes a blonde Swede, and vice versa. But equally, a Brazilian likes a Brazilian. So I mean, familiar and the strange. Now this is, the secret lies in there. You like the familiar because your life is similar to life, familiar. And you like a strange so that you don't take it for granted. It's not your life. It's a spark of that cosmic fire or life. So it's both yours and not yours, because there is no you. This is where now reflectiveness, philosophy, spirituality, transcendence comes in. If you do not deliver, submit, connect, acknowledge your life inseparable from life, then you remain confused and you're all the time looking for new things to distract yourself or shut down yourself completely and become a recluse, because you have not accepted the truth that your life and cosmic life are not separate. And the trick was the baby seeing himself or herself distant from the mother. And that is how the spark of consciousness begins. So you end up in your mature age knowing that a clear mind is the best thing you can have, but a mind also is an obstacle towards completing of your acceptance of the entire cosmology. Acceptance. I translate Islam as acceptance, not submission, surrender, accept. This is how it is. So the meaning of life is that there is something continuous, eternal, perpetual, not subject to any change, any shadows, any good or any bad. It is not the yin and the yang. It is beyond it. It's the origin of it. Balance, mizan, all of this is necessary for my survival. But they do not help me with my arrival. So the meaning of life is that there is this mysterious perpetuity which we allude to as having created paradise, which we all yearn for. In paradise there is no good or bad. Before you think of anything, if there is such a thing as thought, it's already been met. So there is perpetual, continuous contentment, which is the doorway to so-called happiness. So the purpose, the meaning, the direction of life is to rise in consciousness from conditioned consciousness, from temporary, changing consciousness to absolute, pure cosmic consciousness.